You already have a dog, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you have been thinking about bringing a cat home too. Maybe you have already decided. Maybe you are still on the edge. But here is what nobody warns you about before you make that decision. The moment that cat enters your home, your dog's entire emotional world shifts. And if you are not prepared for what happens next, the damage can take months to undo. Not because your dog is aggressive, not because the cat will not adjust, but because there is a specific window, the first few hours of that first day, where everything either starts right or starts wrong. Most people miss that window completely, not because they do not care, because nobody told them it existed. This video is that warning, the one you needed before day one. And if your cat has not arrived yet, you are exactly in time. The first mistake happened before your cat even entered the house. Your dog had no warning. One moment his world smelled exactly the way it always had. The next moment, something alive and foreign was inside his home. To you, the carrier was just a carrier. To your dog, it was an announcement he had no time to prepare for. His nervous system did not ask permission. It simply responded. What you should have done started 2 days earlier. A blanket, a towel, anything your cat had been near before she arrived, left in your home, near your dog's space, without ceremony or explanation. Your dog would have sniffed it, processed it, filed it somewhere. Not as a threat, just as information, something that exists. Something with a shape and a smell and a category. By the time your cat walked in, your dog's brain would have already met her once. The real meeting would have been the second meeting, and second meetings are always calmer than first ones. But you did not know that, so your dog met her all at once. The smell, the sound, the movement, the carrier, all of it, in a single overwhelming moment. And his body responded the only way a body knows how to respond to something overwhelming. Now here is the part that involves your cat. She arrived in a strange place, inside a box, held by hands she trusted, and then sat down inside a room that smelled entirely wrong. Wrong floor, wrong air, wrong everything. And somewhere in that wrong room, there was a dog. The first thing your cat needed was not your dog. It was a door she could close between them. Not forever, just long enough for her nervous system to exhale. What you should have done was give her one room with her things, her smell, her litter, her food. A room your dog could not enter. Not as punishment, not as separation, as a pressure valve. A place where nothing was being asked of her yet. A cat who has a safe room learns the house on her own terms. She comes out when she is ready. She maps the space, corner by corner, in her own time. A cat who has no safe room does not learn that the house is safe. She learns that the threat is everywhere and that there is nowhere to go. That is a lesson that takes months to undo. Some cats never fully undo it. But here is what most people miss entirely. While all of this was happening with your cat, your dog was watching you. Not just watching your cat, watching you. He was reading the way you moved, the way you spoke, the way your hands held the carrier, too carefully, too gently, in a way that was new. And your dog, who has spent years learning to read you, noticed something he had never felt from you before. You were nervous about what he was going to do. That landed differently than you realize. Because your dog does not think in sentences, he thinks in energy. And the energy you were sending said, "Something here requires caution." He believed you. And then he became exactly what you were afraid of. Your dog is standing in the center of the room, stiff, eyes tracking the carrier in your hands. Your cat is pressed into the back corner of the carrier, pupils wide, not moving. And you are standing between them, holding your breath, trying to smile like everything is fine. What you should have done in that moment is the one thing that felt impossible. Act like it was Tuesday. Put the carrier down. Let your dog sniff the outside of it at his own pace. Walk to the kitchen. Make a sound that belongs to an ordinary afternoon. Give your nervous system permission to stop narrating the moment as dangerous. Your dog would have recalibrated within minutes. Because your dog trusts your read of the room more than his own, Most people did the opposite. They hovered. They moved the dog back, moved the cat forward, tried to manufacture a meeting that both animals had already signaled they were not ready for. Forcing the meeting did not create familiarity. It created an association. Your cat learned that your dog's presence meant being grabbed and moved. Your dog learned that your cat's presence meant the rules suddenly changed. The first day built the foundation of everything that came after. Not because of what your pets did, but because of what they were taught to expect. We have talked about what your dog needed that day and what your cat needed. But there is one more thing, the hardest one. What did you need that day? Because you walked in carrying something too, not just a carrier, worry, hope, the specific anxiety of wanting two living things to love each other on command. That want is not wrong. It is one of the most human things there is. But your pets felt it, and they did not know what to do with it any more than you did. The homes where dogs and cats eventually sleep in the same patch of sunlight, those homes did not get there because of a perfect first day. They got there because someone kept showing up, day after day, without forcing the timeline. Your dog needed to learn that the cat's presence did not shrink his place in the home. Your cat needed to learn that your dog's energy had a pattern, and patterns are survivable. Both of them needed you to stop waiting for the relationship to arrive and start trusting that it was already in progress. The first day was not the problem. What you did not know on the first day was, and now you know. So tell me in the comments, if you could go back to that first day, what is the one thing you would do differently? Because I think more people got this wrong than anyone talks about, and I want to know your version of it. In the next video, we are going to talk about what actually happened when your dog has claimed the bed, your cat is watching from the doorway, and you are standing somewhere in the middle, not sure whose side you are on. That silent moment between them has a psychology behind it that most owners never understand, and understanding it changes everything about how you handle what comes next. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you are there when this video uploaded.